Hello, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here on January 16th, Tuesday, 2018. We had about 3.5 inches of snow all day yesterday. All total, you can sort of see it here on the table. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much I'd say about 8 inches. Yeah. Insert favorite joke here. Here, we'll give you a little look here. As my friend Mike says, it's a winter effing wonderland. So here we are. So here we are looking out front here. You know, check out the icicles of Death. Not nearly as heavy and big as some years we've had. You can get a sense of what I'm faced with. Now tomorrow I got to go out, but I can't see. The problem is I can't start shoveling snow until the weekend because it really it won't be till 28 days after my surgery on Thursday. And even then, you know, it really ought to go a little bit longer before I start doing this kind of snow shoveling stuff. So, my intention was to go out and get some supplies, i.e. wine and beer, on Wednesday. And I probably will be able to, because the truck will handle up to about 12 inches. So, of snow. Hello, YouTubers, and and as I said, it's Tuesday, January 16th, 2018, here on the Island of Peace on Alum Creek, and now, I'm not quite clear how much I've told you specifically about all this, but I do know that I have alluded to it a little bit. Once again, yes, it's all out there, you know, warts and all on the Joe Kersey channel, you know, and I've been a dumbass. I'll tell you I've been a dumbass, you know. When I've been a dumbass repeatedly, I'll tell you I've been a dumbass repeatedly. We all live a very open life here on the internet. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes that's, I won't say not good. Sometimes it's less than, you know, what one might want. But it seems that about not quite 2 weeks ago, I was going back and forth on Grindr, as one does when one is a single guy, you know, in the depths of winter here in central Ohio. And this fella contacted me and, you know, purported to be, well, he purported initially to be kind of a number of things, but sometimes, you know, these guys will sort of slightly shift their identities. Even Sam Whelan, you know, took a while to transform himself from Sam Davidson into Sam Whelan. Yeah. Oh, look, see, this is the same guys now. Like, it's like a resend. You know, I mean, I think sometimes they send them twice. Sometimes. This guy, you know, it's the usual. Oh, you know, I'm into older guys. You know, some guys are. You know, there are some guys that are into older guys. You know, And this guy said he was 35. Well, that's fine. Wasn't going to reject the guy flat out of hand, you know. And you know, and you know, to his credit, you know, it wasn't like, you know, first picture he sent me wasn't a cockpit, you know, some bullshit like that, which that's like a huge turnoff, frankly. And you know, he says he's in the military. He's been in there 16 years. He's going to get out at the end of March. Normally lives in Austin, and he first said he was deployed to Yemen. Well, okay. Well, I know we have some guys in Yemen, but that sounded somewhat improbable. I think I did allude to that in an earlier video. Oh, I know I did. And then, you know, sort of like as an interim, he sort of said, well, he had been in Iraq a few years back. Well, maybe. And then he says, well, I'm now in Afghanistan. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, you know, I mean, first of all, you know, he sent me a picture of a guy that was in a current U.S. Army military camo uniform. I mean, this you know, had the legitimate name tape, the legitimate camo, you know, Spec 4. I'm thinking, this guy's been in the military 16 years, you know, been a Spec 4. And they've not separated him out before now, but I thought, I don't know, maybe he's somewhat good at what he does, but doesn't meet the promotion requirement. I don't know. All of the other stuff he said seemed very internally consistent with what he might be doing. Because I know people who've been in the military. I talk to people. And you know, he didn't ask for the iTunes card for quite a while. You know, after about 2 weeks, he did. You know, I really need a $50 iTunes card. All right, fine. And I said, you wouldn't know a guy named Clark Davenport, would you? Who, you know, claimed to be in Afghanistan about 4 months back. Whoa. He actually got $100 worth of iTunes cards on that one. I'm an easy mark. Well, maybe not so much easy here after this. Maybe I don't know. I like to travel hopefully. I do like a good fantasy. Anyway, so he sent me, you know, his grinder picture was you know, it was a very nice shirtless picture of a what looked to be a 35-year-old guy, like he said he was. And all right, you know, I hate this fucking text, but that's what you're doing. You know? So it goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. You know, and yeah, he got his iTunes card, you know, and I scraped it off and photographed the number on the back of the card and sent it to him. Yeah. All right. And but I don't know. I don't know how many people he's got sort of on his string that he's working, but occasionally he'd slip up, you know, like he'd ask you the same question twice within like 2 or 3 hours. Like, you know, what'd you have for lunch? That seemed to be one of his favorite things, you know. And then, and you know, it's just like goes on, you know, and you think, well, you know, still, it's an intriguing possibility. You know, for a guy that's, you know, up here just traveling hopefully by himself, you know, you wonder about that. So I was telling my my 2 Tony friends about it, and then my son Thomas, and of course, you know, I got the standard ration of grief, which is good, you know, because they care about me. That's good. I expected that. That's nice. That's great. I'm grateful for that. But it wasn't anything that they said. None of them said anything that had not occurred to me, and that I was not willing to take the consequences for. I mean, yeah, I know not to tell him any specific, things where he could access any significant things about me. So Thomas sent me a list of links by people who had been scammed by these military impostors, and I knew all of the caveats in all of them except for one little bit of information. And so if you carry nothing away from this little video, carry this bit of information away from it. Apparently, all U.S. military people get an email account that is in the form of their first name, dot, last name, maybe however many numbers you need to, make that a unique identifier at, well, then, military.com or US, it's like army.com. I mean, it's like in the Army, it's like us.army.mil. They all have it, and apparently there's no restrictions on them using it either. Assuming they have access to devices that they can communicate that with that. That's what I understand. That's what I understand. So this guy's going back and forth with me one afternoon, and I could actually, well, I'm not going to read you the exchange. Well, yes, I will. Let me just find the exchange for you here. I'm going to put you on the corner, but I think you can still see me here. So let me just do this here. Come on here. I'll click it. Oh, here. I'm going to put you in the corner for a minute. Well, I don't want to do that. Oh, they're thinking I'm wanting to cancel it. Well, here, let's do this then. Oh, come on. Let's find this. Here we go. I said to him, just out of curiosity, what is your military email? I realize it might not be readily available to you to look at, but I do know all Army personnel have one. He says, yes, you're right. I say, thought so. He says, what did you have for lunch? I said, you asked that. He says, yeah. He says, I can't wait for me to be in your army. I said, military email, please. Babe, I can't share it, okay? And I said, nope, wrong answer. Because of some security reasons, and remember this is my commander's phone, I can lose my job if I do that. And I'm thinking, of course I don't say anything after that. It's like, hey babe, my love, talk to me. Hello, hey, talk to me. This is the most recent ones. Hey, talk to me. And then just most recently, you don't want to talk to me again, right? Now I called him on the number from which he was texting me, and it does indeed ring. You dial it. It's like the standard cell phone number. Of course, it goes right to voicemail. But I'm going to show you this guy's phone number. I'm not going to tell you the guy's name because the Mark Smith name is obviously he's stolen this from some poor son of a bitch, who's actually in the military, and at least been serving honorably since 2014 because he's wearing the 2014 uniform. So I'm not going to show you that name. I will show you this guy's phone number. So anybody who gets a call from this dude, +1 512-812-6974. And 512 is an Austin, Texas phone number. And he says he says he's from Austin, Texas. Well, his phone certainly is. Just take a good look at that, guys, because this guy is a piece of bad news. And Joe is exiting this, glad that he only got taken for $50. Actually, I kind of had $50 worth of fun, so I'm not really all that pissed off about it. Oh, I need to turn that phone off. Okay. So that's pretty much it. Meanwhile, I Skyped a bit with my friend Tony Pincham in England. He'd been, I won't tell you what he had gone through. He was discussing some stuff that he had been involved with in his life here recently, today. So, gosh, I've got that, belching and hiccuping. So I better say, if you're going to get taken for a ride, and be sure you enjoy the ride. So bye, YouTube.